All right, we're live. We are live. GM
GM
guys.
guys.
Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. I think this is this the first session we're having this
No,
year.
no,
Okay, we
it's
had
not
one,
the first.
okay, we had one on
No,
Friday.
no, no.
Yeah, okay, we had one on Friday. All right, guys. GM everyone. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. For those that are just joining for the first time this year, welcome you guys to 2026. And for those that have been tuning in since last year, you guys are very much aware of our bias the first 3 months of this year, starting with January. We've had a very strong bias that January was going to be a green month, and we're going to see pumps in the market. Please, before we proceed, feel free to share the link, invite anyone you want to, and also leave questions in the comment section. Yes, so Spesna, what do you think about the markets? What have you been seeing? So far, so good. Since Friday, what have you been observing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I think his network is down.
I don't
For
know. I
I was struggling to hear you. I couldn't hear you though. But however, while he's still fixing his network, feel free to share the link, invite anyone you want to. GMGM. I'm about sharing my screen now. Let's look at the market, what's happening in the market. So far, so good. This month is looking very, very well. Like it's looking very favorable for us. And the trades we've taken this month, they've been really, really amazing trades. We've taken some very, very good trades this month. For those that are not part of our Telegram, we've taken some really, really great trades this month. So I urge you to ensure to join our TG. Let me just share the link here on the screen. All right, there's the link. So feel free to join our Telegram. Yeah, let's jump straight to the market then. So this is today's market outlook. Let me switch it to the daily. So you guys can see we have a top performer here, Virtual, which I've strongly emphasized on Virtual. If you watch the last session, which was last week, I spoke about Virtual when I zoomed out to the price outlook for the last 1 year from I think 1st January 2026 to 1st January 2025, and also I think 31st December 2024 to 31st December 2025. I showed you guys like a zoom out on what to expect, and I told you guys that the market was extremely undervalued. SUI as at then was over 75% down, even 80% down. Cake was much lower than it is now. Virtual, you can't see virtual here. Okay, this is virtual. Virtual was almost 85% down. Now you can see most alts have started recovering, but most of them haven't still. Uniswap is still very down. There are still lots of them that are still very down. So there are lots of opportunities in the market. Despite the fact that Bonk has done over 50% bump, it's still very, very down. Ondo is still very down. Now, these ones I'm calling, they are very solid projects. Ondo is still very down. Ton is still very, very down. H bar still down. You can notice XMR has bumped over 100% up. Lido is still very, very down. Arbitrum, extremely down. XLM, still very down. Filecoin, still very down. Like most of these coins are over 70% down. Jupiter is still very down. There are a whole lot, even Penju. Penju, as at 4 days ago, Penju was still almost 80% down. So now, if we zoom out to 1 month, 1 month, meaning from December 6th till date, you can see the market is looking very green. Meaning, if you started getting back into the market in the month of December, your portfolio is up in profits right now. And for those that have been tuning in, you can recall clearly that we were telling you guys that the dump we saw in November is most likely the worst, and we don't see us seeing any lower low than what we saw that November, at least for BTC and Ethereum. For altcoins, you could begin DCAing into them from that first week, second week of December, which I think second week of December, we saw a lower low for some altcoins when BTC did another correction to retest the 83, 84K low. Yet we saw most of these alts do like a lower low. But yeah, we emphasize strongly that people should start jumping back into the markets because January was going to be a bullish month. So for those that did, congratulations. I think I'm expressing your network should be back. For those that did, congratulations. Your portfolio should be green right now. So you gradually begin to see why we were very, very optimistic that January was going to be a very bullish month. And I told you guys that it's quite rare for us to have three bearish months, like 3 straight red months, and we don't get the green candle. Like, it's very rare for us to see that happen. Like, very, very rare. If you see 3 red months, you will most likely see a green month as the 4th month, most likely. So all of the buyers, all of our indicators, everything was pointing towards we seeing like a good bounce January. So I'm not even surprised that we're seeing that right now. If you are not benefiting from this pump, then trust me, you have yourself to blame. Looking at the last 24 hours, let's look at the last week first. Looking at the last 1 week, you can see lots of pumps from last week Monday till today. You can see so many coins have pumped. Virtual is up 50%, Bonk is up 47%, Ondo is up 12%, Ondo will still pump, Tau is up 17%, World Coin also, World Liberty Finance, right? I think this is it, is up almost 16 dots. Like almost all the coins are gradually pumping, but there are still a lot that have not yet moved. Uniswap is one of them. It hasn't really moved yet, and there are still others too that have not really moved. But you can see the signs of a good pump. Pepe is like the biggest winner here with 61% move within the last 1 week. Now, another thing to note is there are some that pumped more than this, but they have retraced. There are some that did that, they have retraced. And there are some that you would not see on this list because this list is showing top 100. So if we go to like 100 to 200, you see Riva has done over 200%. Fatcoin did something with 33%. Jito did an amazing run from yesterday morning, I think, till date. It's moved. So you can see so many coins that are really moving very well. And if we let's say, if we go down further to like 200 to 300, you can still see more coins. Useless, we called Useless in our Telegram community. Useless has done over 70%. Over 70%. You can see meme coins, Mio, Popcat, and a few others. They're actually moving. Peanuts up to something percent. So the good thing is the market is moving. Yet we're seeing that clearly. The market is really, really, really moving, which is really good stuff. Like really, really good. This is what we want to see in the market. So let's jump straight to the chart. Let's go to the chart where we look at some of our trades, some of the trades that we shared live in our Telegram, and some of the trades we were in last week. I think last week Friday we had some trades that we were actually on. So let's look at those trades to see the performance of those trades, basically, and if maybe there will be other opportunities in the market. So first, let's start with looking at the BTC price action. I didn't take any trades on BTC. Personally, I did not. I wasn't paying so much attention to BTC. I was supposed to trade these breakouts, but I wasn't paying attention. So before I checked, it had moved. Like it had moved. Yeah, so looking at Bitcoin charts, since we spoke about it last week, I told you guys something, if you recall last week. I said we need to see BTC go above this zone, which we did. If you notice last week Friday, we had this fake out. Last week Friday, we're still playing around this zone. So I said we needed to go above this zone, which currently now we've gone above it. We have gone above it. Next, I said we were supposed to come face resistance here at this zone, but the major place that I'm looking at for us to break above to confirm like we're going to like create a short-term higher high, or to break out of this consolidation zone we have been in for over a month now. It's this purple line. We need to go above this zone. I said that we need to go above this purple line and close above it. Not just go above it, but close above it. We need that daily candle to close above this zone so that we can continue all the way to about 100K. Now, if you notice, BTC has actually performed well this year. Like it has really performed well this year. The last time we got to this zone was, I think, early December. Yeah, December. That's the last time we were here. Now, this is a very critical zone. Very, very critical. Why am I saying it's very critical? If BTC rejects around this point and we are able to get that desired momentum to go past this zone and it rejects aggressively back to, let's see, this level, 90K or 89, 90K, it will affect lots of altcoins. To cancel out most of the profits that most altcoins have already done, it definitely will cancel out most of it, especially the meme coins. Most of them would crash by 30%, 40%, or maybe even 50%. This is why you have to lock in on profits. This is why we always preach that you move your stop loss to protect profits, either it's in spots or features. Most exchanges have that feature now that you can do that. You can adjust your stop loss either for a spot position or features. Some even have trailing stop loss for spot position. Binance has it. Yeah, I think Binance has it. I can't tell if Bybit has it for sports. But for sports, Binance has it, trailing stop loss. Yeah, so you have to pay attention to that so that you don't end up missing out or giving back to the market profits that you had already made. Very important. If you see a correction from BTC that Tuesday or Wednesday, aggressive, down, even if it's down to like this level, most odds would get dealt with. A good example is AR. AR before I slept was above $1. Before I slept, $4 rather, it was above $4. But based on this BTC minor correction from 93.5 or 94K, it forced AR to come down. Okay, so which I'm actually excited AR is coming down because I'll most likely find another entry probably somewhere around here. But it's a good thing. Apex too. We had a trade on Apex. It hit our TP, our full TP, which was somewhere around here. Yes, this was where our full TP was, somewhere around here. And we told everyone to adjust the TP higher to this point and also move your SL to protect profits should there be a retracement, which over the weekend there was a retracement. So obviously it should have been taken out of this trade at full TP and maybe some extra. If you use trailing stop loss, you would have even made much more. Okay, so this is a re-entry that I'm targeting for Apex. A re-entry that I'm targeting for Apex though. But I haven't shared this. This is actually a re-entry position that I'm targeting. So it's gradually coming down. I drew this I think yesterday. It's gradually coming down to that position. Which other trades again do we have? Okay, I didn't share this XLM trade. This was not shared to the community. This wasn't shared. Which other? I didn't share this TST. This also wasn't shared to the community. Now it's because of TST is actually very volatile. I've actually gone out of this trade based on trailing stop loss somewhere around here that it took me out. And this pumped when meme coin started running yesterday evening. That's when this trade just did that sharp pump. So trailing stop loss, it took me out somewhere around here. I might get back in, I might not, but right now I'm more eager to see how BTC performs. But this wasn't shared to the community, by the way. Let's check other trades that were shared. Sui was shared to the community. It was shared, and Sui trade performed very well. We did hit our full TP, and I said they should extend it further, which we extended it to this point. Which it continued, and eventually we hit that full TP total of 1 to 5.7. We actually did hit like the full TP for Sui. Very, very good trade for Sui. Very, very good. Solana, didn't check for any trades on Solana. Which other one again? We'll be looking for an entry later for people. Hopefully BTC comes down a bit to force the price down to this level, which this will be an interesting level to long people from. This would actually be like an interesting level to long people from. This zone would be very, very interesting. If it can be forced down to this level, then that would be good. But this would be if BTC dumps. If BTC doesn't, it wouldn't. So there are so many other trades that we're in, just checking them one after the other. I didn't share this trade and I didn't take this trade. Gas, I didn't share it and I didn't take it also. And that's because sometimes gas lags too much. Sometimes it lags too much before it moves. I didn't share it, I didn't take it. Feeder trade, another very good trade. I'm out of this. So this was the trade I was explaining yesterday on Clubhouse, where it went up and I didn't set any trailing SL or whatever. I just adjusted my SL to this point and it took me out at this break even. I got back in again, went up again to this zone. But this time around, I had to set trailing SL. So it took me out on its way down at night while BTC was doing its correction at night. So if you notice, that BTC correction at night, midnight, that's what brought this all the way down. And truthfully, it's still going to bounce back. It's still definitely going to bounce back. But if it's able to give maybe another better entry somewhere around here, that would be even better. That would be much, much better. There's still so many other trades we're in, trying to check them one after. Another successful trade we took was BNB. So we took this BNB trade, which performed really well. It hit my TP before I could even adjust the TP higher. So yeah, this BNB trade was very, very good. And we actually took that. Bounce bit, we took the bounce bit trade. This is a re-entry position that I got into this morning for bounce bits, but you have to manage your risk properly because if BTC corrects, this will definitely hit this SL. So manage your risk. Don't go in with so much size if you're taking this re-entry for bounce bits. Yet if you're taking it for continuation, then you have to be very careful with this particular one because of BTC is actually facing a resistance right now. That's why any correction we get, we send this all the way down to stop loss. Which other trade again? Okay, I think I've pretty much covered most of the trades. All right, so Dash, let's look at Dash. Let's look at Dash because I was looking at the Dash charts here. So this is Dash. This is a trade idea for Dash. And we spoke about this one that was already exited based on trailing SL. So this is another opportunity for Dash. So you might want to take this actually and pay attention to managing the trade. Gigo, we're yet to see an opportunity for Gigo. Gigo pumped really crazy. We had a missed entry for Gigo. Yet to see another reasonable opportunity. But Uniswap and there's another trade I haven't checked. The Uniswap trade, this is still very valid. I'm still very much on this trade. Not protecting any profits. The only thing I did on this trade is move SL to break even, in case it gets back to entry, so it takes me out. But I haven't thought of protecting any profit because sincerely, Uniswap has not made any reasonable move yet. It's just plain. It hasn't moved yet, and I'm really expecting Uniswap to move. So even if this Uniswap trade fails and it takes out this stop loss, I'll still find another re-entry again because Uniswap has not moved at all. Like it hasn't moved. Another trade that hasn't is Hype, which is a trade that I took to try to look for it. That's Hyperliquid. Trying to look for that because it's a trade that I took. Okay, let me use the symbols. Hype. Yes, Pesta, if you have something to share with us, you can proceed while I'm searching for this Hype.
Oh, okay. My network was a bit slow. So, like we've been saying, This week we're supposed to see a lot of market action this week. So we've already started seeing that with meme coins, a lot of meme coins. We've seen with Ponke, we've seen with a whole lot of meme coins basically. But like you rightly noted, if you check, yes, we're seeing 50% pumps, 100%, 70% pumps. But if you look at those tokens and what they were a few weeks, a few months back, you would realize that yes, these pumps are good, but at the same time, these tokens hasn't actually pumped. So this is why I was making that statement that we could see a 3x, 4x pumps from these tokens. And for someone that has been keeping a journal, you will know that these tokens are just merely going back to their normal ranges. Maybe ranges that they were like a month or a few weeks back. So this week we should continue to see such movements, right? For not only meme coins, but for some other utility tokens. Because I checked eval. Eval has also pumped. Checked. I can't remember them out of the top of my head, but if you look across board, you will see that the market is showing signs of life. This is what we need. This you also need it continuously. So because if it continues like this, more people will get excited. More people will come back to the market with money, right? Because if you don't keep a journal and you see the markets moving, you might think, oh, okay, I'm making profit, I'm up in profit, maybe it's time to buy more. Also, with people that are waiting for the markets to show signs of life before they start investing or start buying their favorite token, this is more like an early signal to such persons. So more monies are going to flow into the market now. If you also check the market, because I was looking at some projects to know if there are like news in the market, projects like Up Only, we knew what happened with Up Only and the token. It pumped more than 10x when Kobe got bought out by Coinbase. Now, this year is a year they are supposed to restart that podcast, right? And I genuinely thought that maybe December they would have done something on that podcast, but it didn't happen. So I'm also keeping an eye on that particular project because once they make a tweet or once they announce that, okay, they are bringing XYZ person to the podcast, we should see at least a 5x run for that particular token. And the token has been dormant, has been quiet for a while. So that's like an alpha, but I don't know when that alpha would materialize basically. Then also, I just noticed alpha. Alpha is one of those tokens that was supposed to build on Chromia. I don't know whether they are still building on Chromia or they are still going to launch on Chromia, but they don't have a token yet, right? So, but then they've been hinting a few things. They've been hinting something is going to happen in the next 24 hours. But then Alpha is doing almost the same thing that Ori Quant is doing. So it's basically like an AI that analyzes the market, tells you where the market is headed, reviews tweets and market sentiment and be able to what's happening in the market. So it's also a great idea for people to go and look at Alpha and then see what they can make out of it. So there's basically good sentiment in the market, at least, good sentiment in its preliminary stage. So, if this continues, like I said, we should see much more volume. We should see much more excitement in the market. The month is just starting, which is a good time for we to observe, for we to plan, and to probably make some money. Yeah, so that's basically what I have in the market as of now.
All right, that's good. Yeah, for those joining, please feel free share the link. Depending on where you're joining from, you can tweet it, you can share to anyone you want to join, and drop questions in the comment section. So this is one other trade I took, hype. This wasn't dropped in the community. No, it wasn't. So this is hype trade, and I'm just noticing now hype has broken above this previous short-term high. Yeah, so I'm very, very optimistic that it's going to go all the way to this level, which is 29.4. Very, very optimistic it will. Now, another trade we shared to the community, which I had not opened before, is Metis. We also shared this trade, Metis. Metis, so I didn't protect any profits, just to move my SL to break even. That's my entry. So in case it starts going back, can take me out, then maybe I get back in again and break even. Yeah, so the Metis trade, notice it's came all the way up and went back down again. It has done the same thing about twice. So if maybe I was swinging this, most likely I would have made some good profits, exit somewhere around here with trading stop loss and get back in again. And maybe by now I would have exited again. Yeah, but however, I'm not doing that with this Metis trade. So right now my SL is just at break even. But this Metis trade was shared though. It was shared to the public. So I feel it's still at a good entry. It's still actually at good entry and it has lots of upside. So once this trade starts approaching our TP, we'll obviously adjust our TP further. We'll adjust it further and move our SL to protect some profits. Okay, that's obviously how we're going to treat this. It's very important to note that at times like this, where the market is gradually bouncing back, you can see like a sharp pump. See like what Metis did here the last time I took a long on it. It's like this sharp pump. You can see something like this, and that can make you miss out to adjust your trailing stop loss, to adjust your TP rather higher to benefit from the insane pump. You might just miss out, takes you out. That happens. If it happens and you're unable to react fast enough, no problem. You still ended up making profits. But I just had to explain that. So in case you're waiting to see maybe when it has started going towards the upside before you jump in, I don't think that's a very good strategy. Another coin that did that yesterday was Hedal. Hedal did that yesterday. I think I posted Hedal after getting into the trade. That's when I posted it. That's played out. I think I've moved the tick. Hedal. I took it on Binance. Yes, it's Hedal on Binance. I need to search this out. I don't know, I can't find it. Okay, this is it. Yeah, this is it. Thought I've added this to this chart. Yeah, so this is its head down. Now notice how fast this moved. Like it moved extremely fast, like so fast. And this pump was so fast that I could not actually benefit from this pump. I couldn't. If I could do anything to adjust my TP, it had already hit my take profit and took me out of the trade. Now, based on this dump from BTC this morning, that's why we noticed this huge correction back, presenting another entry point for this header. But what you should note is it is highly volatile, like very volatile, like really volatile. So, and why I'm saying that extra caution, extra precaution. You have to use extra precaution because the BTC is facing a resistance. So should BTC start retracing, this might just go all the way down to SL. But if BTC doesn't, it's going to obviously pump back. If BTC just ranges today, tomorrow, this would obviously pump all the way back. So this trade, I'm not yet taking this trade. I will need some extra confirmation before I take that particular trade. I'll need extra confirmation for it. Now notice the yesterday's candle, the open is somewhere here. It might still come all the way down if BTC corrects to take out the open of yesterday's candle. Very possible. But if BTC doesn't correct, this candle is going to close green. This today's candle is looking red. It will definitely close green, probably somewhere around here, or maybe create a new high. But overall, Hedal is undervalued. For spot traders, you can buy it as a spot position. Personally, I bought it as spot position too. It's undervalued for spot traders. But for futures traders, this particular trade, I'll need an extra confirmation. If you're taking it, you have to keep a close eye on it based on BTC price action. Very, very important. Yeah, so let's look at some of the stuffs happening in the markets. Let's look at CoinGecko, some other projects that we actually got involved in. Let me share this tab instead. All right, so Ponke did some good movements, over 100%. Broccoli too did well. But overall, I think one of the utility projects that did the most, which is also on our radar, is Virtual. Virtual did like very well, and like we always say, when an ecosystem token starts moving, your best bet is to jump into that ecosystem and search for the usual runners there, which on Virtual, they have their own runners. Now, let me just search for it, basically. Let me just search for this. Virtual has its own ecosystem runners. So let's look at the Virtual Protocol ecosystem. So if you check the Virtual Protocol ecosystem, you can see some top gainers here. You can see Basis OS by Virtual, Voice of the Gods. Yes, you can notice some of them here that have been doing very well. Out of this list, the ones that I know I trade often, Aura by Virtual, which we're actually holding, Eval, which we're also actually holding. Some other ones here is just maybe garbage in, garbage out swings, but I don't trade it consistently or repeatedly. So if you notice Eval is up 50%. We were talking about this frequently, ending of December, that you should pay attention to them now that they were down, or then that they were down at 650, 750K LTV. And Aura also dropped to, I think, 600K or thereabout. Yeah, so you want to be able to anticipate some of these moves happening in the market once you start seeing most of these movements from the major token. Another meme coin that we actually bought yesterday, we posted it in the community, is Sudin. So this is on Sui. This was posted in our Telegram. This is on Sui. And now that Sui ecosystem is about to take off, this is a meme that is actually on Sui ecosystem. It has the potential to do an easy 200 to 300%. Right now, it's facing resistance. Like right now, it's actually facing resistance around this level. If you look at it clearly, it's facing resistance around this zone. Even up till this zone is just facing resistance. So what I'm expecting in the market right now, my expectation is for BTC to either consolidate, or for BTC to correct back to this zone. Then it does a huge pump that most other altcoins would actually benefit from. I think another long that I am on is AVAX. I almost forgot. Another long that I'm on is AVAX. It's almost close to the TP. Yeah, it's another long I'm on. It's AVAX. It's close to TP already. This was not posted by the way. It wasn't posted. Yeah, so you want to anticipate like BTC doing either a minor correction or consolidation, then after which it does a breakout. Now that minor correction that I'm anticipating BTC to do is just so that weak hands can exit the market and some traders that were left out before it took off, for most altcoins, they can begin getting back in. That's basically why I'm anticipating that. And also for a healthy market structure. It doesn't really make sense seeing some altcoins just run all the way from beginning to like just run 100%, 200. It doesn't really make sense. It's far better when you look at this hype chart, see the way hype is moving gradually. Hype was moving like it was not even going to move since Saturday. It's just gradual. So despite the BTC correction, notice hype did not really dump. It's just minor correction, and it's still back moving step by step. Very healthy, like very, very healthy. Another one that you see something like this too is BNB. BNB too, very healthy. You notice very, very healthy. Even after it hits our TP, did a correction, and it just continued gradually. So this is like what you want to see. I think Apex has something similar too. Apex has something similar. You could see like a very, very healthy chart. The only thing is for Apex, you could see like a strong dump to the support level. Then afterwards, you start seeing like gradual upward movement till it gets to its TP. And so you want to pay attention to most of these things. It doesn't make sense to FOMO into a particular trade. It does not make any sense. If you're not getting in at the entry, then just let it slide. I told you guys I didn't take this XLM trade. I didn't take this gas trade. I did not. So you just have to give the chart time to play what you have expected. And if you miss the entry, that's still fine. We missed Zora entry. There's Zora. This was posted in the group, I think Friday night or thereabouts. This was posted. I think it's Friday night. Yes, Friday night we posted this. And the entry was missed. And Zora ran all the way up to almost 5. Most likely would have exited here. Yeah, but it ran all the way up to about 1 to 4. But however, we missed that because of the entry. It didn't pick our entry. So that was a missed trade, which is still fine. These things happen in trading. You can't catch everything. Same way, there are some that you would catch and they'll still hit SL. These things happen. So you just need to build the psychology and the consistency to always show up daily and also manage your trade. So let's take questions before we call it a day. Someone is asking, please, do you have videos on how to set stop loss? No, we don't have those videos. But just go to YouTube and search how to set stop loss or how to set trading stop loss. Not all exchanges have trading stop loss. Binance have it. Bybit have it. MXC don't have it. KuCoin, they don't have it. Or I know Binance and Bybit, they have trading stop loss. For Binance, they use percentage. For Bybit, they use percentage and dollar value. So you just need to maybe understand what they mean. But it's pretty straightforward. Percentage might be a bit confusing. Dollar value is more straightforward. But yeah, I've told you the 2 exchanges that I know that have trading stop loss. So just like Google it or search a YouTube video, you see it. 2-3 minutes, you get the hang of it. Please, can you tell us about the entry points for Dash? Okay, let me see. Yes, where's Dash? That's the re-entry after the first trade was closed via trading stop loss. Okay, this is it. This is the Dash trade. That is 42.7, 42.9 or 42.7. See it here, 42.82. This is it, 42.82. All right, so then you can see the SL here too, 38.8. Then the TP is at 51.6. All right, so it's okay. I just called that out already. There's a huge CME gap on BTC. Do you think we might see a retracement? Well, personally, I already gave my expectation from BTC. Personally, is aside the CME gap, we are facing like a resistance here. Aside that CME gap, we're facing a resistance here. And there are 2 points that BTC can correct to. This is one, and this is the second one. The 2 points it can correct. It can correct to here, and it can correct to the second one. To be very exciting, to be a huge boost to see BTC break above this zone, like a very, very huge boost to see that. That would send most of the altcoins, plus the ones that haven't moved, like Litecoin has not moved an inch, it's just playing around 80, 82. That would send like LTC to like, if BTC does a huge pump above this zone, Litecoin will most likely pump to a minimum of $90, minimum of $90, and so many other altcoins to pump. But if BTC corrects to this zone slowly, it won't really affect most alts. But if it does it aggressively, to affect most alts, especially the memes, And if it dumps all the way to like 90K, then most stop loss will be taken out, which is why for most trades that you don't want to protect profit, by now your SL should already be at break even. It's just the ideal and the smart thing to do. Very, very important. Just so you don't get taken out or you don't give back to the market some of the profits that you have made, or you don't end up getting back to making a loss that's hitting your stop loss. You can just break even out of that trade. All right, so this is the last question before we round up. What is your take on Asta on features? Asta features. I think Asta did a correction this morning. Okay, this is Asta. All right, so Asta, I didn't trade this Asta because I think on Friday I was saying I couldn't find any entry on Asta. But right now the chart is not looking so bad since it's coming back to like a support level. It's not really looking bad, but personally I'm still not trading it. The chart still looks good. Overall, the chart still looks like very good. Still looks in an upward trend, clearly. Still clearly on an upward trend. And the correction is still very, very healthy. So there's literally nothing wrong or nothing bad with this Asta chart, basically. There's nothing wrong with it, nothing is bad. Personally, I'm just not trading it, but it looks good. Like it looks good, still on an uptrend, still performing very well. And it's also like a strong project. And also CZ is back to tweeting. CZ is back to tweeting. So I think his last tweet, he said people ask him about the next coin, something like that. Pay attention to where he spends his time. So if you're following that tweet, then you will be looking at maybe following him with the whole Asta hype and all of those things. Which Asta is looking good. If I were to take the trade, this is what I'll be looking at. If I were to take this Asta trade, this is sincerely what I'll be looking at. If I were to take Asta trade, that's what I'll be looking at. Support, the stop loss is at a very good zone. It's clearly below yesterday's low, and it's also clearly below the day before yesterday's low. So it's at a very, very good point, the SL. Very, very good zone. It's not aggressive at all. It's at a very, very good level. And Asta 2 has corrected very well. It's a reasonable correction from 81 cents to 75. So yeah, it's still on an uptrend. It's good. It's good. All right. So I think that's all we'll be taking for today. ARIO, is it at a good entry? ARIO was at a good entry last week. Last time I checked, it was at a good entry. I don't know where it is at right now. The price, though. Let's see if it has moved. It's at 2.6M market cap. Yeah, it's at a good entry. It's at a good entry. All right, guys. So, Spencer, I don't know if you have anything to share, anything extra. But from my end, I'm done. See you guys then.
No. There's nothing extra to share. There's nothing extra to share. So I think we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, guys. So see you guys tomorrow, same time, 10 in the morning. Have a lovely day. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.